However, Oi has a fantastic topic that we will go ahead and talk. That's what I forgot was my paper. I got my pencil, forgot my paper. I'm gonna grab my paper. Hold on, because sometimes I like to jot down little notes. Um, so I don't forget, because my ADHD and my attention span since menopause, perimenopause, whatever phase I'm in, has started. I don't even remember why I turned the corner. I was laughing with some of the older ladies yesterday that came in. They were mother-in-laws. They said they're both in their 70s, and they were beautiful women for their age, okay? And we laughed last night together, the three of us, for every time I went to the table. My cheeks hurt, right? And we were talking about, and I was telling them like 3 times since y'all been here, I've had to come back to look at whichever table I just walked away from to remember what we just talked about. And to me, that's crazy because, like, why do I got to look at you to remember? Why did I come in the kitchen? Was it milk? Was it more coffee? Did I eat sugar? Like, why am I here? And it's crazy. So I've been a massive note taker lately and sticky notes so that I don't forget my entire life, because that seems to be what's happening, and it's not intentional. It's just getting worse. All right, we're gonna do the Q and Q, and then we're gonna do Oi in the box, and then after Oi, we will do some discussing about this crazy dating world. Yeah. All right. So, future, the period of time in which our affairs prosper, our friends are true, and our happiness is assured. The period of time in which our affairs prosper, our friends are true, and our happiness is assured. I'm going to break that down real quick, okay? That period of time in which our affairs prosper, we're focused on ourselves. We've discovered what we love doing for a living, right? Like we're doing what makes us happy. That's what that means, okay? In my opinion, okay? I'm not a professional, just throwing out there my sides of things, right? Then it says our friends are true. Do you guys know how to make true friends? Because I've met a lot of people that really honestly don't. So here's a secret. Are you guys ready? I need y'all to tune in, and I need y'all to turn your listening ears on. You ready? Y'all ready? Be yourself. Stop pretending to be someone you're not. Stop faking things that you enjoy to try to fit in, because you can't. That you're lying. You're lying to yourself, and you're lying to these people, and then you're wondering why your relationships aren't working out for yourself. You're just lying. So be true to yourself, and our happiness is assured. And I think that's a combination of everything in life: doing what you love, being surrounded by true friends, and just being true to yourself. You know what I mean? Being real. It's hard sometimes. It's really hard sometimes, but that's how you find your tribe. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you have 1 or 2 people that you can call on, you're doing better than a lot. All right? So keep that in mind. All right, Oi. Are you ready, sweetheart? We're going to let him get in here, and we are going to talk about his topic. All right. Let's do this. Hello.
Oh, how you this morning?
Uh-oh. Okay. All right, can you hear me? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, can you hear me?
Let me turn my fan off. You've got one of them quiet voices. So how are you today? Welcome.
I'm I'm uh I'm working and getting great. It's just good right now. But
Good.
I just got up probably an hour and a half ago.
Yeah, me too. I don't get up any earlier than I have to.
So
So I guess let's go ahead and dive into let the folks know what your topic is and why you picked it.
uh well, not giving in to like emotional responses and trying to kind of take my time, you know. Like I'm very impulsive, and when something happens, I got to get it done.
Yeah.
I can't procrastinate, and that's not always the best way to attack things.
I agree. I
And
agree.
that's one of my big things for this year. And I chose that topic because for whatever reason, I lost my account on the first, had to start over. And I'm hopeful that I might get it back. If I don't, I'm just going to rebuild. And like, every- everybody's like, I wouldn't start over. I'm like, why? If you get knocked down, you're just going to lay there.
Right.
And this is something I enjoy doing. And I'm doing things different this time. And I'm not trying to surround myself by a lot of negative people.
Yeah.
That's why I haven't been to a lot of people's streams yet. But I came up with something New Year's Eve about how I was going to go about fighting all my battles this year. And I'm going to use patience and intellect, control, and kindness. And I mean, you know, it spells out pick, so like picking my battles. And everybody's like, that doesn't make sense. So I'm gonna, you know, control my emotions. I'm gonna think things out.
It makes plenty of sense because when you react immediately, it's usually, at least it depends, I guess, on the situation. But like if you react from anger in certain situations, you can find yourself facing far more complications later than if you just step back and take a few breaths, right?
Yep.
So I think it makes perfect sense that people learn to pick their battles.
Right. And that's why when I got my account, when I decided to make another account, I made it and did not get on for like 3 or 4 days because I was afraid I'd come on here with resentment. And there is days that I come on here, it's like I don't want to get on there because I'm afraid I'm gonna end up getting banned again.
Right.
So I just relax, go hang out in people's boxes and stuff, and you know, I don't have the stress of it. And it's getting to where I I start missing streaming more. And it's like, yeah, I'm ready to get back in and just have fun. I mean,
Yeah. I think that's a lot of us tend to stress situations we can't change in that moment, and in those moments we're forgetting to live in that moment, right? Like, and I still do it. I still sit here and stress things I can't fix or change for not, you know, and most of it doesn't even have to do with me. And I'll stress stuff at work that's not even my problem, right? But it's definitely important that it's a talked about topic, right? Because taking that breath, stepping back, and learning to be kind, because I don't think that a lot of people know how to be kind anymore.
I seen something in the store the other day, um, and it was the cashier that was actually being the one in the wrong and yelling at a customer. And that customer just looked at her and was like, oh, well, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. And that lady got so much louder, so much redder. I got up to the register and I was like, ma'am, do you need a doctor? Because I honestly thought she might be about to have a heart attack.
Yeah.
So, but
I I
understood.
I will never understand how people who are at their jobs like can freak out. You know, like it's your job to be patient. Now I get it too, customers, why you gotta why don't you know how to act in public? Why do you act like that? Like, why y'all yelling and screaming at each other? You know, like things can get resolved so much easier if communication was done properly, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm way more likely to bend over backwards for you if you come at me with, hey, I made a mistake, I need help with this. Do you think you think you can help me real quick? Absolutely. You come at me, God bless it, this isn't da. I'm gonna tell you good luck, because
Well,
I don't want no part of that. You know what I mean? So
and I can
kindness is key, I think, to changing a lot of things for the future for you younger generations. You're not nice.
and I can remember when I was younger, my mom could take something back and they, you know, it could be over 90 days old. And that was the amount of time you had to return it. And she would just go up there and be nice and they'd give her a refund.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have somebody who's just being a jerk and they've had it for 60 days and yeah, we're not taking it back.
Yeah.
You know?
It's kindness will get you a lot farther. You wonder what is it? You attract a lot more bees with honey or sugar or what is it? How's that saying go?
You'll catch more flies with honey than you will with vinegar.
Yeah,
Something like that.
It's something like that. This has been my problem, my light. I need a new ring light. All right, so since you've decided to pick your battles, have you found yourself, you know, utilizing the patience, intellect? What was the third one?
Control.
Control and kindness.
Yeah.
What can you give us an example of how it's worked out a little bit better for you?
I mean, I still blow up just a little bit, and I'm working on that. That's just, I haven't grown enough yet to keep that part out of it. But I don't blow up at everybody. And one of the people I lean on and go to for things and talk to, I'm not pushing them away with my attitude. And we actually have like real communication now. And it's like we've grown through that. And they're actually, you know, doing the same thing I'm doing now as far as the communication. And it's been like, you know, I'll set the phone down, I'll walk in the other room for a minute, come back, and then it's like, okay, now I got a clear head. Now let me think about this a little more. And, you know, it avoids arguments, it avoids pushing people away. Because, like, you know, friends ain't easy to come by. Most of them,
Yeah.
most of them can be sharks. They're just sitting there waiting to get that first drop of blood so they can attack.
Do you, God dang it. I don't know how to make this light stay on. I don't know what's wrong. It's some kind of, it's a loose wire in the main cord. And I lost my train of thought. All right, so what, I got to hold this for this to work. Is that what we're doing? And I know it's so dark in here because we're snow covered and blizzarding. There you go. All right, so we can't plug my phone in. I can only have my chart, y'all, I just need to get a new ring light. But I lost my train of thought. You were saying something. Why is it? I remember why. What? Because I find myself doing that whole pushing people away, and at first I didn't realize it was intentional, and I would always say I don't do it on purpose. But I can honestly look at you right now and look back and realize I unintentionally did it purposely. Because if I didn't let you too close, you couldn't hurt me any more than what is already going to be done. So it was almost as if I sassed you, you didn't like it, you walked away, it saved me from something. But I don't really understand why I had that thought process, right? So for me, I have to figure, you know, like, well, I know that I pushed people away because I was afraid they'd hurt me. And that is still something that I work on daily. Because I know that I push the people that I begin to care too much about away. And that's stupid. Right? I think that's dumb. So I don't do it anymore, but I also like don't let anybody in. So I asked, why is it you think that people push people away?
Why do they push the right ones away and they can't push the wrong ones away? Like, honestly, I've actually thought about that, and I think it's just a defense mechanism. If we're pushing the right people away, it's like we're pushing them away because we feel like we look back at the past and how who we thought was the right person
Right.
pushed us away and hurt us, so we kind of push them away so they can't hurt us.
Oh, I never thought about who hurt me, and then I thought they love. I never thought about it that way.
And I heard something the other morning. I was just scrolling, and this girl said, she said, don't be with the person who's just going to make you happy all the time. Be with the person you can see that you can handle at their worst. Because if you can handle them at their worst, you're gonna shine in their best.
Yeah.
And it's like, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because
we're in charge of our own happiness. We can't rely on someone else. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, we can hang out, and have great times together, but you're not responsible for my happiness. And I find that I've talked to a lot of people. Well, I'm not happy. Okay, well, why? Well, he doesn't this and he doesn't that. Okay, but why aren't you happy? You're not happy with him. I understand that. And I asked, I said, why aren't you happy? And she kind of looked and she wasn't very happy, right? Because I wasn't siding with her right away. And I said, sweetheart, I think the problem here is you're not happy with who you are. And she, of course, didn't like that answer. And she's, I know who I am, and blah. And we didn't talk for a while. And a couple months later, she came back and she's like, you're right. She's like, I actually broke up with him to focus on myself. And I was like, good.
Yeah. And I mean, so many of us sit around and dwell that somebody hurt us and they didn't apologize. And I heard this on a clip also, and it's like, you don't need that apology. Just be happy with who you are. They knew what you just had to remember they knew what they was doing and they done it anyway. You're not responsible for that.
Yeah. Exactly. I adulting sucks, you guys. it was way easier when I was worried about what I was wearing to school, which test I didn't study for that I knew I forgot about, and what pajama pants I was going to wear, because I was not a fashionista in school. I literally wore the pajamas to bed that I was going to wear to school the next day. And that is how I did my high school career. In fact, I was, you want a little funny side note? I'm one of the dozen kids that caused them to do a no more pajama pants rule at our school.
See, we couldn't wear pajama pants to school.
I didn't understand why. Why are you gonna tell me? As long as I'm here, I'm being respectful to all of you guys. What does it matter what pants I'm wearing? These are comfortable. I want to be comfortable. But anyways, good morning, everybody. If you're just tuning in, we've got Oi in the box, and we're talking about, and he calls it picking his battles, PICK, patience, intellect, communication, and kindness. And I like that because it really makes you stop and break down what so many of us rush when we shouldn't. I know for me, I am extremely impatient. So when something's wrong, I want answers. I want answers now. I don't want to wait. I want you to fix it right now, even knowing full and damn well, like if my car breaks, I can't have it fixed in 2 minutes. It's not going to happen. I have to understand that they've got to look at it, figure it out, get the parts right. My patience there lacks, but part of the communication and understanding and growing up is accepting that's the process. The end, and again, I don't even know, just learning, building, arguing, everything. Once you add patience, intellect, communication, and kindness, it takes a twist to a more, I think, like respectful adult type manner. It's kind of crazy. It's hard, but
Yeah.
it works. Oh, yeah. Was there, before I ask you a few things about yourself, was there anything else you wanted to add to this topic?
Well, a quote that I've lived by for probably the last 15 years: revenge is not a valid motive, it's an emotional response. And, because everybody's like, oh, well, somebody did that to me, I'm going to go get them right then. That's just going to get you in trouble. Yeah. And that kind of played out when I was thinking about this New Year's Eve. And I just, like, I kept saying, oh yeah, I love that quote. I live my life by it, but I wasn't. And then I sat down with somebody and we was talking, and this all come to me, and I started writing it down and thinking about it and trying to change myself for this year, because I wanted to grow this year and maybe inspire somebody. So
I like that. I like that. All right. So tell these folks, I know you said you're just kind of getting back into streaming, but do you have any days that you do or stream, or do you have a schedule coming up? Do you have any other shows you're on?
I'm going to be on the Great Debate this weekend.
Okay.
And I don't think I'm on any other shows. Then I'm going to be in an auction February 21st.
Okay.
Biggie Lumbie's auction, the Heart to Heart auction.
Nice.
I believe my time is 8:15. I have to look. I didn't have that wrote down. Other than that, I've been helping Rebecca Ann with her show that she's trying to get started.
Nice.
That's on Wednesdays at 5.
And what show is that? What's it about?
It's an acting show. It's called Flip the
Snap.
Script. It's called Flip the Script.
Okay.
And I'm trying to get into streaming every day for at least an hour a day.
Okay.
And I'd like to get back to being on from 2 o'clock to 10 o'clock every day.
Oof, that's a long day.
But I've actually...
I don't think I could go back to that all day streaming like I used to. I would like to stream more, but like a few times a week for a couple, 2-3 hours at a time. I find myself now that like I don't stream all the time, when I do stream for a few hours, I'm done exhausted. I am whooped. Like I'm drained. I have nothing. And I don't know if it's because I'm working on top of like streaming, but even that, I had the market and I was working 7 days a week on top of streaming all day. So I don't know if it's just getting old or what. But here we are. All right, Oi, that was a great topic. You guys, if you have not done so already, before he leaves the box, please hit him with fave. Let's help him build back up. Maybe we can go catch him and get this Rebecca Ann's info, or you can tell her to come in here so some of us can favorite her, because I know a lot of us like to watch that, the acting being goofy shows. So, yeah, that'd be cool to check out. We can help get that growing for you guys too. So.
All right.
All right, Oi. Have a wonderful rest of your Friday. And I don't know what part of the states you're in, but if you're in the blizzard zone, be safe, be warm, and ew to the weather.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty bad, but I hope it's not as bad as they're saying.
My area is looking to get over a foot.
I don't even
So
want to talk about that.
it's not as bad as some places, but I really, and I have to work all night. I have to work tomorrow. I'm in a double Sunday. So like, I'm not going to make any money and I had to work all weekend. But thank you, Oi. I appreciate you. And again, have Rebecca Ann check us out so we can check her show out.
All right.
All right, honey. Thank you.
Okay.
That was a great topic, guys. If you're just tuning in and you missed it, and I'm going to use it. Pick my battles. Stop. Oh, I don't know. Pick patience, intellect, communication, and kindness, right? Ugh. I want to see the show before I get on any show, which is why I want to know who she is so that I can go favorite her so that I could check it out. Oh, yeah? No? Oh, I thought that was her for a second. I seen Rebecca and got excited. You're not here. All right, guys. So this is a part of the show where we do a little self-care, self-love segment. I slept like crap last night. Did anybody else toss and turn? Anybody else toss and turn? I woke up a good dozen times. I couldn't fall asleep. It was damn near, I bet you it was probably close to 3 o'clock before I fell asleep. I was painting my nails at 1:30 in the morning. I couldn't sleep. No, because I took an Epsom salt bath and magnesium soaked the hell out of myself and still couldn't sleep. Y'all, I don't know. Some nights I sleep like a rock and other nights I can't sleep to save my soul. And it seems like the nights that I know I have to work all night are the nights before I can't sleep, right? Like I'm not going to get home from work till 1 a.m., but I only got 4 hours of sleep last night, if that, and it was broken. Why? My day off, I can get 8-9 hours of sleep and I ain't got nothing to do, nowhere to go. I feel like I oversleep when I get over 8 hours though. Katie, when have you ever actually seen me nap? All right. Self-care, self-love. Drink your water. Stay warm. I don't even want to go outside in this crap. So I ain't even going to say that. Now, if you're down south, take your butt outside. If you're in the snow zone, grab a blanket, get your good Netflix series going. For those of you that are in the freeze zone, not even just the snow zone, but the freeze zone where all that heavy water is going to freeze on everything and you're going to risk power outages, make sure y'all got some canned foods and some peanut butter and jellies and go get all that stuff today. Before it, you don't need a lot. We're not looking at being cooped up in our houses for an eternity. Okay. Just a loaf or two of bread, depending on how many little munchkins you got, right? A couple loaves of bread. Make sure you got peanut butter and jelly, maybe some Pop-Tarts because you can eat those not cooked. Just the little cans of fruit, little plastic, the cups of fruit. I don't know. I'm preparing. I'm always prepared though. I do keep a good abundance of canned foods for emergencies because you can eat them out of the can. They're not going to harm you any, right? So if you guys are just tuning in, this is Lessons Learned. I am Silly Lily. And normally we have 2 guests, but we just had Oi and he was talking about picking your battles. Learn to be patient. Learn to use your brain when you're entering situations, right? Like don't just react. You think before you react. And then communication, because that's key for everybody, right? Like, I feel like so much of us don't communicate enough, and I'm guilty of it too. The last attempt I gave at dating, that was the biggest complaint. Well, you don't communicate. But my thing was, is I was always on here. So like, you always knew where to find me. But my selfish thought in that is I should have given more one-on-one time, but it only lasted like 45 days anyways. So I don't feel like in 45 days I should have been dedicating my whole life to somebody. So I feel like it was just, we were at two different phases kinds of a things, right? Like, after 6 months or maybe after a year, I see people, all parts of the life starting to mesh. But like, in the first 45 days, like, I'm sorry, like, yeah, I'm going to text you and talk to you every day, but I'm still going to be living my life on my end until we make you know what I mean? I don't know. But maybe that's what I need to communicate. I'm not just jumping into something. We're not just going from, hi, my name's Lily, to I'm Lily Smith because I just met you and want to act like we're damn married. Like, that's not how it works. So that leads me, guys, to what topic I would like to discuss, and that is red flags. So I'm going to ask all of you guys, what is a red flag that you've ignored or you've watched a friend ignore? Throw me your red flags, guys. What's your red flag? Jay, I'm doing what I'm doing on purpose. So just be patient. You can give your 2 cents when I'm done with mine. But I'm doing this on purpose because I need people to hear and to understand. Ooh, the man being around his ex, the woman being around your individual being around their ex all the time. Cancel work today? Nice. And again, that's why I said I want to pick this because it goes both ways. And some of the things that I've seen now as a streamer, okay, if you're going to attempt to date me, all right, let's use me. I'm going to use me. Okay, and let's say you're like, oh my God, Lily's so cute. She's a streamer and she's so funny and I love it. And this is where I met her and everything about it's perfect at the beginning, right? Okay. Well, like 6 weeks into the relationship, let's just say I start getting you should, you should just call me. You don't have to stream. Why do you stream so much? You don't need to be on there. That's red flag number 1, because they know you do it. And by coming to you and trying to pursue something, they should have already accepted what you do. No person should come at you and try to change you, right? And that all falls back to you being true to yourself, okay? If you are true to yourself, you're not going to let somebody try to change you. Okay? You cannot, something that a near and dear friend of mine we were just talking about. He told me I need to cut my hair. Excuse me? You don't tell me what to do with my body. It's not yours. You don't have to look at it. But don't ask me to change it for you. Not a personal thing. It's different if you're asking me to communicate more or to hang out or whatever. But do not ask me to change anything about myself. If you don't like how it is now, walk away. Another red flag I've noticed is if you start talking to somebody immediately and they're instantly at your 24/7 beck and call, that's a red flag. Because, like, what are they doing with their life? clearly nothing that's going to be worthy of a future if they're not working, you know. And I'm not talking if you're in a marriage, you're with someone for 5 years, you call them, they're at work, you know what I mean? That's not what I'm talking about, right? Like, there's people on here, and I've, again, you know, it's just so nice. He's always there. Always there means he's not supporting himself. Unless somehow he won the lottery or he's on retirement, or, like, you know, I get it. There's certain circumstances, right? But there's nobody my age that should be able to give me 24/7, 365 of their attention. They should be hanging out with their friends. They should be working, right? They should be sleeping. They should have their own life. Now, I'm not saying, again, after a few years of being together, you mesh your lives. But nobody from the very, very beginning should just jump at you 24/7. Yes. Like, right? So, like, I'm busy. You don't even give me, like, oh my God. My ex is terrible with that. Like, I'm at work and he's blowing me up. That was so long ago, but that's definitely something to be careful of, because if they're not patient and understanding, like, you're at work, like, my job, I can't just always answer the phone. Like, I'm dealing with guests, right? My job, I'm not sitting at a desk where I can pause for a moment and answer my phone, you know? And you can't get mad at me for working unless you're legit giving me every penny every day that I want and expect. Because if I'm paying my own bills, you got to respect that. That's what it falls down to. It's not that you're giving too much time or attention. It's you got to be able to take care of you and yours. You need to be able to keep yourself happy and entertained without me. Would I love to be a part of things? Yes. But I can't just be the everything from day one, because that's too overwhelming. And that, to me, is a red flag. Because I don't care how awesome you are, I have to continue to do what I have to do. All right. What are some of your guys', for you new folks in here, what are some red flags you've seen? I think another big red flag is the phones face down all the time, so that you never see, or you never see the phone, the hidden phone. Don't look at my phone. Now, I'm not going to worry about your phone till we're maybe 6 months to a year into a relationship. But if after a year, let's just say a year, you're still hiding your phone, I still can't see when you're messaging people, like we're cuddling on the couch and you're scrolling your Facebook. Probably not. That's I'm probably not going to trust you anymore. You know what I mean? Saying one thing and doing another. Yes, actions speak louder than words. I just talked about that, Ditzy, and said how ain't no man should try to tell a woman to change themselves for no reason and do you know why, guys? Here, let me, for those of you that are like, I don't understand why she's so upset that he told her to cut her hair. Because he's trying to control how she feels, because he knows she loves her long hair and he wants her to have less confidence. So he's asking her to change something she loves so that he can have more confidence. Excuse me? Ew. Ew. Ew, ew, ew. 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 And in case you missed it the first time, ew. Another red flag is the not answering the phone calls. Yes. If a guy disrespects his mother, he will disrespect you as well. I had a conversation with my son's ex about that, and I said, he doesn't respect me. What makes you think? And he was younger, he was a butthead, right? But he's much, much, much better now. But teenage boys are buttheads and shouldn't be dating anyways, because ain't none of them serious about marriage anyways. Oh my God, Jay, you better not. You better not. Genevieve, what is a red flag for you? What is a red flag you've seen? And we're talking about red flags and how, you know, being narcissist and manipulative isn't a winner, and how to. Oh, I'm sure they're here after yesterday. That's that. Why, I'll be honest. Why do you think I picked this topic? Because if anybody's listening, you need to understand that there's two sides to every story, and then there's the truth. And right now, I'm giving what I believe is the truth from an outsider's perspective who watches and observes and listens. I picked this whole red flags topic because I want you guys to understand that there's a lot of people on this app that are going to try to take advantage. And I don't want any of my ladies or gentlemen to have been taken advantage of. The spicy pictures too soon. From either, look, here's my favorite thing is you start talking to a guy and you're having great conversations for like 4 hours. And then all of a sudden, they throw in a little sexual innuendo. It's lightweight. They're testing the water. I don't bite. But because I don't tell them like to shut up, they keep spitting these sexual innuendos. Mother trucker, stop. Because I'm not just going to come and meet you and do the shebang. It's not happening. That's disgusting. If you want any possibility of even remotely getting close to me, you need to maintain a decent conversation. So for those of you who are lurking and maybe pissed off that I ghosted you, just understand I seen where you were going and I'm not following. I don't ghost you. You know full and damn well, because at the end of the conversation, I did say that's just not the conversations I'd like to have. So I let you know. I just didn't say anything more because it's not worth my time. I'm not, that's not what I'm here for. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you guys, but most of us ladies have discovered Bob. Bob is way better. Way less drama. Like the worst part is cleaning it up and putting it back. No, that's why they have rechargeable ones. All I'm saying, guys, is women are realizing, because, and I know it's not all of your guys' faults, but y'all do have to understand that women are becoming more and more inclined to remain single and not dependent on men because we've been forced to have to play both roles. So for me, I don't even know what it's going to take for me to be able to look at you and go, I want you in my life, because as of right now, I've done everything by myself for so long that I've proved I don't need you. I don't need you. I don't need anybody but myself. I work my butt off. I've raised both my kids. I do it by myself. Do I have a big crazy house? No. Do I have a brand new car? No. Do I have $1 million in my bank account? Hell no. But I get by. We're fed. We have things that we don't need and then some. You know what I mean? We have all the things we need and then some. Right? So I'm doing okay. Don't get child support. Right? I literally have done this on my own. No thanks. No help to any male species. So I have proven to myself that I don't need it. I don't need you. So like I have to want you. And in order for that, I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't even know what I want in a guy, because my picker's so broken that I quit picking 15 years ago when I got pregnant with my daughter and was given the ultimatum of him or the baby. I picked the baby and I haven't looked back. So, men, ladies, what are some green flags? What are things you look for? Let's end this on a positive. What are things that you look for? Consistency. I am not consistent in anything. Work boots, hell yeah, Ditzy. Dirty hands. A man of God, there you go. Someone willing to communicate through it all. If you want kids, you'll adopt them. There you go. Hey, there's lots of kids that need that. There is absolutely nothing but amazing, beautiful things in adoption. If I wasn't so damn poor, I would adopt. But I'm not in a situation to bring another child in and not be able to give them all the things they need, because one is hard enough right now. And you can't bring a kid into a situation and not support them, you know what I mean? And give them all the things that they deserve. So I think adoption is amazing. I think it's amazing. People who are willing to adopt are some really true souls. No, Ditzy, if a man wants to take you to the petting zoo, you tell him no. Or you leave your wallet at home. Well, but consistency would involve all of that, right? Like if you know the person works from 8 to 5 and they call you every day for 20 minutes at noon, or they send you messages on their lunch, whatever, that's a consistent. I don't mean consistency doesn't mean 24/7. It's just a consistent schedule. It's understanding. It's, well, I know this and you know that, and this is how it's got to be. You know what I mean? Like I am so laggy. I don't understand why. It's been like the last 20 minutes. Is anybody else noticing, or is it just on my end? Because I have full bars, everything. Okay, good. That's really weird. Yeah, we're definitely stuck inside the snow globe right now. It's definitely blowing like crazy out there. It's not going to get any better either over the weekend. So if you guys are just tuning in, we were talking about red flags. We just kind of brought up a couple green flags for dating, and why it's important to keep yourself as a priority, not allow people to change you, not allow people to tell you how you should look, and understanding that if they truly, genuinely care and respect you, that they're going to accept you for who you are 100% of the way. They're not going to ask you to change what you look like or the hobbies you do. They might ask you to try new things because they like it, right? But they're not going to beg you to change who you are, you know? And in return, they're going to try something they don't like for you, right? But that's what a relationship is. It's give and take. And if it turns out you both hate something that each other does, so then every Thursday, you know, he goes bowling and you go to your craft thing, right? Whatever, right? But you can plan it. You can have hobbies that you don't do together, and that's okay. Realize. Yep. And that's, yeah, I called that. I called it from the beginning. I always do. But I don't ever say nothing no more because y'all just get mad at me. Oh, what's up, Shine? All right, guys. I am super laggy and my phone, it's driving me nuts. So I'm just saying, guys, make sure that you guys understand when you're entering a relationship, please, please, please be true to yourself. You can't go into a relationship and expect somebody to make you happy. Yes, you can expect them to make happy moments, but you have to be happy with who you are deep inside. You need to be really, truly happy with who you are in order to be happy in a relationship with anybody. So if you find yourself serial dating or not happy in relationships, it's generally because you're not being honest with yourself. You're not being true to who you are. You know what I mean? You can't always blame the other person. I mean, usually it probably is their fault, but let's face it, you probably wouldn't be in that situation if you were honest with yourself from the get-go, knowing full and damn well that was a crappy situation to put yourself in, right? You wanted it to work, or you put yourself, I put myself in crappy situations because Lil Miss fix it over here. If I'm gonna fix you, I'm not focused on myself because there's nothing wrong with me. God, I was a mess. I was such a mess. Captain Sable, what? I feel you. But yeah, that was where I went for a really long time. I went to all the Mr. Wrongs because I knew I wasn't ready for Mr. Right deep inside, right? But if I can change you, I'll make you better. If I put 1/10 of the energy into my damn self that I put into these jackrabbits, y'all, I'd be like queen or something by now. I mean, maybe, just queen of Lilyland, but I'm just over here on board the crazy train instead. But guys, I will stay on after, but we're gonna go ahead and wrap the show up since it is 10:59. Jay, I'm sorry I rambled and rambled and rambled and rambled and rambled and rambled. But I had a lot to get out there with that. I didn't even get all of it. Thank you. Yeah, you can't change anyone but yourself. That's very true. I mean, you could be there for people, but until they're willing, until they want to change, there's nothing you can say or do. Like if